Big win, Don Wilson here for Top MMA News. Here with Thierry, the Surgeon Quenneville, and I got to say, it's been years since I've been watching you fight. Hatsuhioki, Ben Greer, John Frazier, the epic war with Doug Evans, and 2 years later, we finally see it. You are back in the cage. First off, how did it feel?
I feel great. Actually, I was looking forward to fight because I thought I was done with MMA, but that's why I never said I retired. Because of maybe if one day I want to come back, and that's what I did. I felt like it lately. The fire was really pumping me inside, and then when I decided to come back, like you just said, all those big names, you know, I realized that if I come, I fight because it's a passion for me. I didn't want to fight. I don't want to get not respect for people saying bomb, but you know, at a certain point, you know, I build my name with fighting big name. So I wanted to fight a big name in my comeback, and we thought that Luke was a big name also, you know. So, and you know, the strategy, of course, he's a stand-up fighter, so we thought that, you know, we exchanged with him a little bit and then I take him to the ground. But then we realized he was really tough, and you know, he knew that I wanted to take him to the ground. So, you know, I keep the fight stand up, the 3 round, and it went well.
Well, you know, but before I get on the rest of it, let's talk about the fight with Luke. It seemed to be a hard fight because you were engaging, but he seemed to be pulling out and circling very well, as did you. So it must have been really tough going at the ground. At what point did you realize that it was going to have to be a 15-minute stand-up war?
Actually, all the first round I was really okay with fighting stand-up because we thought that was the plan, and then at the second round that we were trying to take him down with all my coach. That's what we decided. But when I came back at the second round, we realized he was still, you know, in shape, and then keep his distance and moving really well, like you're saying. And then we realized, okay, now it's, you know, I'm moving good also, and you know, I'm countering really good. So okay, let's keep it stand up. In case, if I have the chance, then we'll go fluid and take him down, but it never went like this. So.
Well, you know, speaking of countering, that's one thing I thought you did amazing in this fight. There's a few times where he would throw a big right hook, you were underneath it, right back up, you know, with another right hook of your own. You know, obviously, I remember you as, you know, a great stand-up fighter, but you were a ground wizard that I remember. Do you feel that in the time that you're off, your stand-up has progressed?
Oh yeah, of course. You know, like I always said, my talent is to the ground, but my heart always been to the stand-up fighting. I always wanted to be a stand-up fighter, but I always, at the beginning of my career, I was a gun-shy fighter, you know. I wanted to fight stand-up, but every time I was taking the fight to the ground and then finishing the fight to the ground, so I never had the chance and then never built my confidence as a stand-up fighter. But lately, you know, the more I was fighting top fighter, Hatsuhioki, Ben Greer, you know, I realized that I had confidence in my hand and I should throw them more, and then that's when I start training with good coach in stand-up fighting, you know, like boxing coach, Muay Thai coach, and then lately, you know, and today, I think I show that.
Well, you were definitely the quicker fighter on the feet. I definitely want to say that. Now, you know what? You mentioned you never wanted to say you wanted to retire. Something that we see in MMA all the time. Fighters retire, 2 years later they come back. You know, what made you step away from the game, and what made you come back?
First of all, is because I was doing this as a career and always looking for money every month. And like a lot of people knows and some don't, who will know right now. I have 2 kids, identical twins. They're 10 years old right now, and 2 years ago they had 8 years old. I still with the mom. You know, we're a great family, and we realize if we want to build, you know, a living, I need to do something else. You know, because I always had that promise: go to UFC. But even if you go into UFC, it doesn't mean that you'll make money. You know, at the beginning. So after a certain point, I was fed up about it, and you know, I took a step back, and instead I started working. You know, put a healthy thing over the head of my family, and I start teaching at 3 places, at Greasy Baja, at Ultimate Boss, at Steve Boss's place, and then one of my friends have a private place. And with the time, all those pieces of the puzzle, you know, I realized that, okay, the flame's still there, and that's why I didn't want to retire. And that's why, you know, lately I've been talking with Stefan, and then because I was working for Instinct as an analyst, so that was, you know, didn't want to go fight somewhere else, you know. I want to fight for my league. That's what we did.
So, you know, you came back, you definitely got the win over a UFC vet. What are the chances that we're going to see you back? And what are the chances that we're going to see you back at 145 pounds?
You're definitely going to see me back. Because I love that sport. I'm never going to say I retired. And No, I will retire one day because the age it's the only justice in that world. But the day I will retire, it will be done. Until I don't say that word, then you'll see me fight. 145? I don't think so. I don't want to do it as a career anymore. I want to do it because it's my passion, it's my heart. I want to give people a big show. I'm doing it for me, for myself, for my family. But then afterward, when I'm in the cage, I'm doing it also for the crowd. So.
Well, Patry did announce that he's thinking of bringing titles into the game at 155 pounds. Your name would be up there. Now, do you think that could be something that could get you back in the cage once, twice, 3, 4 more times?
I don't want to say no, like I don't want to say I retired, because you never have to say, you say words sometime and then you regret it after. But see, I don't want to take those young blood place. Me, I want to fight because I love it. I want to show people what I'm capable of it because it's my passion. I want to show them what's MMA it's all about. So, I would like to maybe if they put the title, and even if I'm better than the champion, I'm just saying, and keep fighting without a title and let those young blood fight for the title and then have their career. Don't want to mess their career. My career been messed. At the beginning, sometimes I took some bad decision, and maybe that's why I'm not doing it as a career. So I know what all my mistake is, and I don't want to do it for some young blood that I know I would kick their ass right now. But in one day, we're not in the same time. I'm older. I see the game differently. I have all those years that I've been training. Sometimes I think it's not fair. Maybe some would kick my ass also. I'm not saying, but I would fight just to fight.
Now, I love hearing the passion, especially for the young cats, the young blood coming into the sport. What do you try to, give back to these guys that you're training with? What do you tell them to help mold their career? Because obviously when you were fighting, it was a lot different than it is now.
I try to give them my experience, tell them all my mistake I did. Sometime before we go in the cage with my fighter, I tell them, you know what, if you're capable of listening of all my voice, all the direction I'm giving to you, it's the fastest way to win. If you're not capable because some things hurt in your body, or maybe I don't know, I don't feel it, so I try to give them my experience that I have, and then from there I learn a lot also. Teaching make me learn stuff. They learn some stuff, and then we start learning each other, and man, I don't know, it's so awesome. I really love that sport.
I gotta say, I just love seeing the passion in you. I can see the fire is burning again. Now, Thierry, before we let you go, family, friends, sponsors you want to give a shout out to?
I want to say thank you to Carve. I want to say thank you to Carrosserie Blanchard. I want to say thank you to the Lovers. It's a club. I'm making it as I'm laughing because people are always laughing when they hear that club, but it's actually a good club. I've been clubbing over there, and so I want to thank them. I want to really thank my wife, Natalie. She's been supporting me really good for that fight. Sometimes I was stressed before when I was fighting, and for that fight, man, it was really calm in the house with the kids. I had fun until the end. I bring them to the weigh-in yesterday. I had that energy to do it. I want to thank all my training partner. I don't want to all name their name, but I want to tell one name actually, two names. Dominique Trépanier, he's one of my fighters. I started him, and he's the future in that sport. He's really strong. He's passionate about also. We're almost like brother, me and him. And Mario Pereira. Mario Pereira starting his pro career right now. We don't know where exactly, but that guy, he come from the States. He have that wrestling background, and also he have that passion also. He want to give his heart to the MMA. So, I have those two young blood that I train with. I have a couple of others, but those two, I really want to thank them, and I will help them for free. Anytime, any hour I can give them, I will. And for the rest, for my family, my mom, my dad, and if it would be without you and other press conference, the sport wouldn't be where it is. So I want to thank.
Well, thank you. I got to say, fans, I have not seen Thierry this passionate, this happy in a long time, and I got to say, it's putting a grin on my face. Now, fans, like I always say, a big win, Don Wilson. Thierry, the Surgeon Quenneville, Top MMA News.